Make it easy. If it's a date, I'm either getting seafood or I'm getting the steak.
I feel like it's crazy. All girls talk about these days is crab legs. Like, what is that about?
So I would probably get like some halibut, or like some scallops, some oysters, you know, stuff like that. So if you got divorced at 70 years old, would you remarry? They got like the highest rates of like STDs
in the
old folks' home.
Yeah.
They sure do.
Who's bringing condoms to the old folks?
They got all this free time, Amanda. What you gonna do with your free time?
Yo.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. So we got a few people on the panel today, and we have to my left, SO. What it mean? Tell me.
Everyone sees sounds official.
All right. And then we got my girl Jordy.
What's up?
Hey. And then on the end, we have...
It's your girl Amanda. What's up, y'all?
All right, Caked by Mandy.
Oh, Cake by
And
Mandy.
then here we have You Know the Vibes.
That's my girl right there.
Oh,
Thing of the thing.
I love it.
Me neither, girl.
So, okay, all right, y'all know I live on Google. I'm always like talking about random facts. I know you like to live on Google too.
I am Google, but go ahead, continue.
Anywho, so I was looking up some facts for today, and I think I asked y'all about this earlier when we first got in. It says that, like, you know, when it comes to like romantic dates and stuff like that like 30% of people or couples prefer French food, another 30% prefers like Italian, 15% likes American. I'm gonna be real. That sounds like a joke to me because everybody I know be talking about crab legs. So I just want to know from y'all's opinion, like what's what? Like, so when you go on a date, we're gonna say you're at a restaurant that serves everything, literally everything. Right. What are you picking?
Okay, so back from our previous conversation, like seafood. But I didn't ever think originally I would be wanting crab legs and things like that. It's really messy and all over the place. But honestly, going and living in Baltimore, like, yo, they get down. Like, they get down. So if there's seafood there, I'm going to expect it to be top tier. Is all the food, like, is it 5-star restaurant? Is it 4-star?
I don't know, is it?
Damn.
Oh, no. I don't know.
It's a date. So we'll
if
say
it's a date, okay, look, honestly, I'm gonna just make it easy. If it's a date, I'm either getting seafood or I'm getting the steak.
There we go.
What is Baltimore known for?
Seafood.
Seafood.
Yeah.
Crab legs.
Crabs, right?
Oh my God.
Lobster, all that Phillips and all that.
It's
They
an
got all
example.
I
types
feel
of
like
wild
it's crazy.
crab
All girls
cakes.
talk about these days is crab legs. Like, what is that about?
That's
like,
what I was asking.
When did we get so into crab legs? Not even just seafood as a whole, because, you know, seafood
Just
is
the
seafood,
legs
but
of the
it's
crab.
these, like crab legs. And I just be like, what is it about crab legs? I don't care for crab legs. That shit is too hard to eat.
I feel like,
And like the meat itself to me isn't that
But
great.
you can get them pre-cracked and all that different type of stuff.
nah.
And like to get this much meat out of it.
And not king crab leg, you get a lot of meat. Pause.
See, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to like City Island, over here getting like little ass crabs and shit, you have to go somewhere where
No,
like
City Island got
No, I heard they have really good
No,
crab
I need to
legs.
go to Baltimore.
Yeah. Or you go to Sammy's and get good crab
Yep.
at there, but Be More is a totally different beast. So you're talking about something that is based around crab legs and seafood and things like that. But what would you go eat?
I like steak. And I like steak. I like steakhouses and I like Italian food, to be honest.
Rico, when we was off camera, we said steak and seafood.
They
is
did
what
say
get
that.
offered.
They did say
they
that.
want the surf and turf.
Steak and
Oh
seafood.
yeah, I get the seafood at the steakhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
What are
you
you
get
getting when you go? Well, when you used to go.
No, when I go out to, dinner now. Yeah.
But this is about dates with guys and
So
stuff, right?
I grew up, I'm from Houston, so we grew up eating crab legs. We eat blue crabs for one.
What's the little fish?
I don't know, we eat crabs, crawfish,
Crawfish,
shrimp,
that's
all
what
of
I'm talking
that,
about,
right?
crawfish.
So we're used to doing all of this and using your hands and kind of getting dirty when you eat, so it's not a thing. Actually, if somebody offered me to go out on a date for crawfish, I'm like, what time? I already know my order. I know how many pounds I need, everything. So I'm for that.
So you want to go on a date?
Huh? See, look at Rico. Anyway, so I think I'm not a big steak person, to be honest. So I would probably get like some halibut,
That's really
or
good.
like some scallops, some oysters, stuff like
Can I
that.
So halibut
Can I
and
ask a small question?
Those are seafood items that people don't really eat like that. It's always
I do.
shrimp,
Now
crab legs,
listen.
salmon.
See, and this is where I'm gonna stop you, right? Because the people who eat the crab legs don't know about halibut, Chilean sea bass.
Excuse me, sir. I'm very
No, I think sea bass is pretty common.
No,
Not Chilean sea
not
bass.
Chilean.
you gotta know what I'm saying.
I agree.
You feel me? So like,
They got their regular bass.
There's levels to the bass. Pause.
seriously, like one time I brought a girl out. She said, "What's filet again?" I said, "You don't deserve to be here. We need to go."
What is filet?
She said, "What is filet again?" I said, "No."
Was it like the fish fillet or the
No,
steak
it
fillet?
was a steak fillet, and it was a pretty good. It was char house. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask a quick question? When y'all go out with a guy, right, do you actually try to tell him where you might want to go so you can get your seafood in your steak? Because what if he picks just an off-the-wall spot without your crab legs or without your steak? Is it still a
Well,
go?
I have my personal list of restaurants that I would like to visit here and there.
So you're
that
going
I
to suggest to him?
If he doesn't have anything in mind, then sure. But I'm very open to see where he wants to take me.
I wouldn't say that I don't really go out that much, and I'm not really picky. I care more about the energy that you're like bringing to me than actually where we're at.
Lord, that is poetic.
Love, I'm back on 8 at the table with all the feels. Shit.
But is it great when it's in a top tier spot? Because you said it got to be top tier. So if it's top tier, then it's
but
cool.
is it top tier if you're with a low tier person?
Ooh.
Nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Like I could take that food to go, or I can honestly pay for it myself.
Okay.
You
Go
know?
ahead, Jordy. I'm glad to have you back.
That's the standard. You know what I'm saying? Like the food is. It keeps me alive. So I always appreciative, always grateful to eat. But I want to have a good time. I don't really want to plan anything. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna be like, dude, I don't know. You're gonna have to figure it out. Because I want to see what your conflict resolution looks like. I want to know. Like I'm sneaky. I want to see how you move under anything.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes.
Like how resourceful are you? Like how much you gonna listen to our conversations and based on that go pick out a restaurant. So that's
exactly.
that's
Or
fair.
like let's look at the list together.
That's fair to who?
Yeah, word.
I just said let's look at the list
no,
together.
I'm just asking the lawyer because she backed you up and she said that's fair. It doesn't sound like that's fair to the man that wants to know or might not know the place to take you out.
All he has to do is ask.
But what if he's not resourceful like that? But y'all don't want him to act. Y'all want to see
Is he
his
taking her
conflict.
out?
He's
with
not
him.
resourceful like that, then why am I there?
So for one, either you need to hone in on the context clue. She's gonna tell you, oh, I love vegan stuff or whatever, So you're gonna know, take her to a vegan
I'm
spot.
allergic to
Oh, I
peanuts.
love crab legs.
But happens, she's like, well, you know what? Today I really don't want vegan. Like, but this is why I feel it's
You
important.
can't just not want vegan on a
I'm saying,
random
like,
day.
if you like vegan, like, first of all, women change their mind.
Oh wait, I'm taking it more of a like
not
she's
what this is
vegan, like
about.
she's a vegan woman.
Tuesday, but it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
And I changed my mind. That vegan shit is trash now.
Exactly.
That does
You
make
shouldn't have. You knew what day of the week
You
it
didn't
was.
read my mind. Like you didn't feel me with the
Okay,
last
y'all dragging
convo we
it,
had?
but
Yeah,
it's like
that's
as simple
real
as
cap.
if, like, I like Italian food, but sometimes I might just overeat that too much. So don't take me to an Italian spot. Find somewhere else.
But you're gonna tell us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I know you were probably, trying to take me to an Italian spot, but I'm kind of over that right now. Like, you pick something else.
Fair. That's why I wonder about Jamaicans. I swear Jamaicans only eat Jamaican food.
Oh no, they're taking you to Caribbean social.
Like all the time. I'm like, yo, you're not over the jerk chicken right now. You ain't had enough. What is it? Stewed whatever, curried whatever.
The oxtail.
Ooh, child.
yeah, be the oxtail in the
I mean, I can't get over it myself.
Wait, but listen. We're agreeing that.
No, stop doing that.
y'all are agreeing.
You always try to put me into
Y'all
your
are agreeing.
agreement.
Y'all are
We
agreeing.
agree on the crab legs. Y'all said this. Women like steak and
Surf and turf.
Right, surf
Women like
and turf.
surf and turf.
And then they agreed that they would like crab legs.
No,
Kind of.
I don't like crab legs. That's
That's the next
on
one.
my.
All right, I got another one. So, okay, Esso's married, I'm married. And so I guess y'all can give y'all
I'm
opinion
married too.
All right. to the game? All right. So,
As long as you know.
what I was wondering, like, if you were married and like you got divorced, I don't know, people getting divorced at like 70 years old these days, right? So if you got divorced at 70 years old, would you remarry?
Hell no. If I get divorced at this age, I'm never getting married ever again. It's a one time around the sun. You're
Okay, so I asked that because like the oldest person on the record, I believe, was like 96 years old. So like we're gonna say over 95 years
They
old.
called a divorce?
No, they got married at that age. One was like 96 and the other was like 97. So I think like
That's crazy.
That's
I mean, fuck it.
That sounds like an
Why not?
arrangement to me.
I done did everything else.
We both old. We need somebody to take care of each other. Let's do it.
I think that's what it's about. It's about companionship.
I would try to stay alive that long and get
But I don't
divorced
have
and
to get-
remarry just to beat that.
I don't have to
What's
get
the
married
point?
at
Yeah, but
95, 96.
what's the point
though.
of having to get married if y'all gonna be there for each other
Thank
until you know you guys?
Exactly.
Why y'all gotta get married?
We never agree, but this is the first time.
Okay,
This is great.
You're dragging it. So yeah, I don't understand like the point of being that old and having to get married, because it's just like, what is that going to do for you? If you guys say you guys knew each other from way back then, years ago, and you guys found each other again, it's like, what's the point of getting married? What's the point of, signing, the papers, legal documents to be married? Because if you guys are that old and you guys want to be together, just be together until you guys are,
Dead.
yeah.
I feel like that's very different because they are signing a paper to get married, not necessarily planning a whole wedding to get married. You know what I mean? So like legally, they deal with a lot of health issues, in the hospital, like DNRs, do not resuscitate, things like that. Or what is it called when a proxy? When someone is actually either in a coma or they are immobile and they can't make a decision for themselves, that significant other would be able to make that decision for them.
It would be their kid though.
But what if they don't have kids? What if they're infertile? And that's the only person that they actually can look to make a decision for them if they can't talk.
But if you got married at 96 and you're in the hospital or something, 9 times out of 10, if you're that old, you've already had somebody that you've asked to serve in that capacity for you, whether it's a niece, whether it's your kids, your grandkids,
It would probably
somebody.
be like
could be
the
dead, too.
HHA, but also what if you fall in love next to the person laying next to you?
I have a question, right? These people got divorced did it tell you what
It
age?
didn't say that they got divorced, so I would imagine it's not their first marriage, but they definitely got married in their 90s. Both the man and the woman were in their 90s.
Maybe they just wanted to share love like that for real and felt like that this was my soulmate and this is who I want to go down with and I want you to have my last name. Why do we always skip over the fact of love? Love goes down. Like for me, I'm not going to do no 96, 97. I'm not doing 96, 97, but love goes down and different people receive it differently. Like we've been with people whereas we felt a whole lot different. You might not have married them. It might be somebody from the past, but they made you feel a certain way. And because you might have been around, and not saying been around like that, but knowing different type of feelings and stuff, then you know that type of stuff. But maybe they never experienced that type of euphoria. And that euphoria when you first meet people, I just read a book about like your endorphins or something are different when you first meet somebody. That's why you're so attracted to them and you want to be around them. But 3 years later, you might not feel the same way, but you still love them because that stuff wears down. I forgot the terminology, but you got to gain it again. It's a chemical thing. So when you reach that, if you're 95 or 96, and them things is popping off, your next thing that you're gonna do is be like, yo, I wanna be with you for the rest of my life. Let's do it. It might be 3 days, it might be 3 weeks.
No, I definitely feel you on that, and I'm definitely not taking love out of the equation, because if you're getting married at 96, 97, I would think it's because you guys like really love each other, right? It's just, to me, it's like, why does it have to be,
Legal?
legal?
Well, maybe
But why, what makes you feel like it shouldn't? Like, what is keeping you from that?
When I think of a marriage and people wanting to start a union, especially before courts, you would think that it's going to have longevity. And it's like if you're 96, 97 years old, you're with this person you love until like you
but
won't
not
be alive
everybody
for
like can wake up the next day like alive, even despite age, you know. So even when you run a risk of marrying someone who could be 31 and something could happen.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I
like
think
either way, that risk is like still there. So that's why I'm saying like
the risk is much lower.
Like what makes you feel that like, is it the age difference? Is the age difference really that significant to like the legal standpoint to you? I guess.
What she's saying is that like when you get married is usually like in your younger years to start a family, to have resources together so that you can start a business and grow things. So you can, leave money to your kids or grandkids or whatever. So what she's saying, like at that age, if those are generally the things people get married for, exclusive of love, like why? Because if you love somebody, you can just be with them.
Well, my thing is, what if, scratch everything, what if my first marriage wasn't a marriage to me?
And what if they've never been married?
Yeah.
I agree.
And now this is an actual marriage. I don't, the age part, I don't believe should really matter because clearly it was a previous marriage that ended, clearly it wasn't right for me. Clearly it didn't work out in the way I envisioned. And if this is my one life that I get to live and I believe that this person might be the right person to marry, I'm gonna try to experience that with the person that I wanna marry. I don't care if I'm 99.
That's what he was saying. Yeah.
I don't care if I'm 97 and I'm in the hospital. I'm gonna try to sign the papers if that's the case, because this is my YOLO. That's your move. I love you till tomorrow.
I can imagine this being like the type of situation like I have to get married before I die. It has to be on my list, my bucket list.
I can see
It could
that.
just be love.
Yeah, but I'm
you
just
always
saying,
just throw
like,
you never throw
right.
love in there. No, you be like, I just
No,
don't
but I'm
understand.
saying, if you're
because you
96
love somebody, everything goes out the window.
No,
You
I'm
did something
saying.
stupid for someone you love before?
Yeah.
So you say getting married is stupid?
Yeah.
Like, what does that have to do with it?
I'm
Like,
saying because she can't find a logical reason for them to get married.
At
And I'm
90
just
something,
saying
'cause
that
they're
love
old.
doesn't always have to have logic.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if she did something, foolish for somebody that she loved before, that could play into the same perspective as somebody being 97 getting married because
I agree with you, Rico.
I'm saying,
That's a good point.
appreciate you.
You're
okay, it's a
welcome,
good
you're
point,
welcome.
but I'm not stupid.
Okay, well, all right.
I also
all right.
feel like elderly depression is very underrepresented. So I do feel that maybe during this time where this like 97 and 98-year-old or meet or want to get married, at this time they're seeking reassurance because they've lived their life like you said, like I've done it all. What's next? What can I not do? What can I do? And stuff like that. Rules and regulations don't apply. Come on, you can't tell your grandma what to do. That's just like
Tell
the
my
truth.
grandma me like
Right.
this.
She probably smacks you in the ass and the head at the same fucking time. Like,
I'm a chosen child in my family. You know what I'm
bye. I have to believe it to see it. Like, I have this idea that, like, they experience an intense loneliness that we, as youngins, despite all of our ages here, I know we are all part of different age groups, they are in such a different phase in their life where they really don't know what is going to happen after.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want someone to hold my hand. And if we have to sign this paper just for it to make me smile and feel good, then fuck it, I'm going to do it.
That's a good point.
You know?
You know what? Because when my grandfather died, my grandmother used to be like, I'm just ready to go.
Because she had no companionship no more.
Well, first of all, she liked to argue. So I think she missed arguing with my grandpa, real talk. And we were always around her. So she had people around. She wasn't necessarily lonely, but she missed that person.
Yeah, her person. Her companion for real. Exactly.
So I feel
replace that.
So I feel like I agree with the depression piece and like one companionship for sure.
That is a thing though. Elderly people do get freaky. Like,
they got like the highest rates of STDs
in the home.
in the old folks' home.
Yeah.
They sure
Because
do.
they don't
God,
care
they be-
about Who's bringing condoms to the old folks home?
They got all this free
why.
time, Amanda. What you gonna do with your free time?
Yo, they're at this point where they
what
say,
y'all making the viewers think about right now? Because
Think about reality because
like,
people
when you-
think because you're older that you don't have sex. But if your shit works, why would you not have sex?
and they
I used
got
to see my
feelings.
grandpa rubbing up on my grandma, like in they like late 70s. I remember it. And my ex-boyfriend was at the house.
How did he do it?
So my grandma made some potato salad, right? And then my grandpa, she said, "Oh yeah, the potato salad came out good." He said, "Well, come on, let's make it better." And they was walking back to the room.
I like him.
And my ex-boyfriend was like, "Did you hear that?"
Yo, I like him.
Yeah, no.
I want to be like that.
Pop Joyce is lit. Hell yeah.
No, I think
No wonder she would be missing him. She would be. There is no replacement. I got to go. I'm surprised she didn't jump into the casket too. Like, take me with you, Nick.
No, I used to be like, "Grandma, chill out. Don't say that kind of stuff." But she used to always say, like, she's like, I miss my husband, you know? So I totally agree with, like, you know, us overlooking how people emotionally are in that phase in their life.
Yeah.
What can you do? Like,
Yeah.
at that time, it's like, okay, if it's a family business, you would have passed it on to someone.
Yeah, by
or,
now, yeah.
You know, it wasn't successful, XYZ, whatever it was. Like, you have this time. What are you going to be reading this entire time? Like, look,
Watching
I
stories.
can rep this whole manifestation thing and this whole spirituality thing, like, as much as I can to, like, make it seem, like, very, like, oh, if I have my spirituality, then I'm okay. But that's not the truth. Like, you need more. I need more.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I need something tangible.
You need that healing power, like I said. Exactly.
Tangible.
You need that healing power. That's the point.